Hello everyone, welcome back to Big Will 420, my channel for tarot readings. So today I'm doing a huge important reading for this upcoming solar eclipse that everybody's talking about, slash just insights into what this solar eclipse will bring us. I'm kind of doing I'm doing the traditional Celtic cross reading style, but I kind of made it my own little spread. And of course, you all know I always open up my readings with my message, which is love is the key that opens the heart, hope is the dream that awakens the soul, peace is the light that guides the way, and faith is the certainty that sees us through. The decks I'm using, of course, is the Anna K Tarot deck that was sponsored by the beautiful Miss Lynn and Jadora, as well as the Angel Tarot cards made by Dorian Virtue and Redelight Valentine. So, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it, guys. I want you to take a look at this beautiful spread I created. It's really pretty. Again, it does go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the bottom, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I put 10 at the top. Alright, so we're going to go and see what the first thing is. Now, in the first position, guys, the first position always represents you and who the cards are and say you are. And so we have the High Priestess card here. So the High Priestess card is the second card in the Major Arcana, aka the Major Secret. And you see here she's looking at the phases of the moon here. And this is very important because traditionally the High Priestess is representing intuition and your wisdom. In some decks, like the traditional Rider-Waite deck, she has the two pillars behind her, which is good and evil, and she's kind of in between. She's neither good nor bad. She just is. So this represents the different phases of the moon here in this card, and she's against this tree looking up. So what I'm sensing, and this is exactly what I was thinking and trying to intend here, is that we are going into a new cycle in our lives. We've come to a completion, and this solar eclipse that's happening is a huge completion or ending chapter of our lives, as well as a new beginning. Because then one that sits in her lap is a crescent moon right there that represents the full moon waning. But I sense it's kind of right now going this way in a wheel shape, okay? So yeah, that's what we have. And then the Angel Tarot card that went with that one was the Nine of Fire. Okay, so the Nine of Wands represents a lot of things, but this is the Nine of Fire. It says, don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. So what I sense is that, and this is actually quite accurate too, I'm really glad I did this, was with this new phases that we're going in, all these big chapters that are ending, a lot of the things that have been going on lately, particularly this week, we really need to make sure we do have courage for ourselves, and we need to make sure that we keep being persistent in anything we're trying to create and do and accomplish. And if there's something that you just recently finished or about to finish it and know. And if you're having frustrations, don't give up. We have to believe in ourselves right now. It is important to have courage. It is important to keep our eyes on the prize, as I've been saying lately. The mission is what matters, if you will. So that's what I get from the Nine of Fire card with the High Priestess, okay? The second position represents what crosses you, okay? That's card number 2 here. Alright, and so what's crossing us is the Four of Swords. Now, this is a really good card. And in this card here, you see this lady here by this person's bedside here. And there's 4 swords in the background, the window's open. And this person, she's kind of sick, and this lady's helping care for her, or talking to her. And there's like a bottle on the floor. It looks like medicine. Excuse me. And traditionally, the Four of Swords represents rest. It represents the need to just really stop, take pause, and just really rest and let our spirits, our souls, our bodies, our minds, everything just rest and relax and you know, just really, rest. And so that's what I sense from this card. And that's honestly what's crossing. That makes sense because for me, on a personal level, I feel like I'm tomorrow, Friday, with the solar eclipse and everything, my life is kind of being put on pause right now. I am taking tomorrow to rest a minute and just relax because I've been so go lately, and I'm sure a lot of us have been lately. And that's very important because in order to go forward and to take a look at our lives, where we've been and what we're going to go into, we do need to take that moment to connect with our higher selves and rest, whether it's physical rest, emotional rest, spiritualist, whatever the case may be, whatever you've been doing too much of lately, definitely make sure you get good rest, okay? And the Angel Tarot card that goes with that is the Ace of Fire, and that's the Ace of Wands in the traditional Tarot deck. Now, the Ace of Fire, any ace in the deck that you get represents new beginnings, and so this is the Ace of Fire, and I believe that's the Earth and the Moon in the background, which is nice, and there's green around the sky, and it says, an exciting opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. So this is actually really good. So far, that's 2 fire cards right there. So what I sense is that while we're resting, we know that we're going to tap into, or we're going to start, it's going to give us inspiration or insight to some new creative beginning that we're cultivating, that we're wanting to do and go forward with. For me, again, personally, I am in the culinary arts field, so I have been really starting to embrace that destiny of being a chef and being in hospitality and going forward with that. So that's what I sense for this, and that's what's crossing me. That makes sense. For anybody else that might be, you might be getting a new job. Maybe you're finally in the field that you want to be in. Maybe there's something that you're, a project you're working on. Maybe you want to start your own tarot channel. I don't know, but this is definitely a new creative beginning that's going to come across us while we're resting. Okay? So the third card is your ultimate goal or destiny, and that's the third position. And we have the Five of Swords. Okay, so in this card, there's kind of like chaos going on in the background, and there's fire with other people there, and I guess there's just woman and child, it looks like, that are kind of afraid, and this guy overlooking them. And swords represent intellect. So what I sense is not maybe an ultimate goal or destiny, but maybe what we're trying to really see or feel or get insights into here is that we've been thinking a little bit on the negative is what I'm sensing. We've been thinking too negative about the things everything that can't happen. Everything's been bad. Oh God, why me? What's going on? This is crazy. That kind of thing. That's what I get from the Five of Swords, because Five of Swords represents some kind of upheaval or disappointment or chaos going on in the background or in the foreground even in this case. And so I feel like since this guy's overshadowing these two people, it's like maybe you've been feeling the victim, or maybe you've been the victim of some kind of injustice recently too. That might be the case there. I'm not entirely sure. So, and I'm going to go with the Angel Tarot card to go with as the Five of Air, and it says an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. Review everyone's motives. Okay, now this actually really goes very well. So, the Five of Air, again, is the same thing. So this is double Five of Swords. So this is really telling me, personally, that I know that we've recently made some unwise choices, and there's been some deceit, some negative deceit in the background, mental deceptions going on in the background. So maybe somebody's been taking advantage of us lately, but that's going to come to the forefront with this solar eclipse, and that's going to be, that light is going to be shed upon, you know what I mean, if that makes sense, because it's literally the sun being blocked out. So whatever things have been illuminated by the light that you didn't see before will be there in the darkness. You'll be able to see them for what they really are. Whether it's your personal choices or choices or motives of somebody else. That's what I get from these two cards, because double Five of Swords, double Five of Air energy, okay? So, moving on, the fourth card in the position is our Distant Past Foundation, okay? And the Distant Past Foundation is basically saying what happened to you, like, long ago. And we have the Five of Rods, which is the Five of Rods, and Five of Rods in this deck. And so you see these two men arm wrestling in the background with these people looking on here. And, the Five of Wands, again, is one of those cards. Rods is a very interesting card, too, in itself. It's like conflict, if you will. A struggle. In some decks, I've seen it with, like, 5 guys, and they're fighting, and then the 2 lions are fighting in the background. But this is representing some kind of struggle with somebody else, the need for dominancy here. And there's a cat in the background. So there was some kind of struggle again, or some kind of recent flexing of power here. And to go with that, we have the Knight of Fire here. And it says, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. And we got this guy here with his Five of Wands here, with his wand here on his horse. And the waters in the background are a little bit choppy, so there's an emotional upheaval. And the sky's a little kind of like grayish, but it's a little crazy. And it says, a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. So there's some kind of either news or some, excuse me, something that really caused us to really recently have to just suddenly change our perspective, or some kind of event that made us really have to stop and pay attention immediately of our actions, our intent. 5 is action, or 5 represents action, and I'm sensing that, yeah, something has caused us to recently just, or in the past I should say, take sudden action, swift and sudden action, you know. I'm not sure exactly what it could be, but that's what I sense from this card. So we're going to move on to the 5th card here. The 5th, excuse me, excuse me guys, I do apologize. The 5th card represents your recent past. So this is our distant past, and this is our recent past, okay? So for our recent past, now I don't do reverse cards, so, but so we have Judgment, okay? This is a major arcana card. And Judgment for recent past means that there was some sudden judgment that we've had recently. Now, you see these people in the shadows here, and then these other people ascending into the light here, and there's a golden angel there. I almost want to say that might be Archangel Shami, I'm not sure. But there's a golden sunrise there. So what I sense from this in our recent past is that we were in the dark about things. Because remember, the last couple cards we've had were kind of dark and a little negative about our choices and stuff. So this is telling me that this is us knowing that we're going into a new phase or new cycle that's going to be more prosperous for us. As long as we are aware of our judgment and our actions that we cause to get ourselves in that place, and we are willing to take that leap forward. These people are moving forward, if you see here, and that angel's guiding them to do so. You know, to go, that's saying, okay, now you know what's going on, you can move forward. Okay, and so with Judgment, and it's with Judgment, the Archangel card that goes with that is Awakening, number 12, with Archangel Gabriel. That's perfect. So you see here, Archangel Gabriel's kind of hanging backwards, and this represents the Hangman, by the way, in the traditional Major Arcana deck. And it says, look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So, I personally feel like recent passes, there was something we thought we were moving in the right direction. We thought we were going to go forward, and we were moving forward and going to a prosperous time. But maybe, like I said, the need to pause and wait and look at something from a different perspective. So there was something that we didn't see that now we're being forced to wait for. So we're being forced to pause on this solar eclipse and to look at ourselves and look at the situations. And this is, when I say ourselves, I mean externally and internally, because you can't move forward if you don't look at yourself and what you did to get yourself where you are. And you have to go inside yourself as well and connect with yourself on the inside, but externally too, because the world externally will tell you what's going on as well. If you're losing money and people get sick around you or whatever, or if you're suddenly wealthy and getting lots of clothes, for example, and your life's going good, you know, external influences affect as well as internal influences. And so that's what I get with this card. Recently, our recent past, we were forced to wait for something, or we are still being forced to wait and look at things from a different perspective before going forward into that new dawn, okay? Now, card number 6 represents your future outcome, the future position. It's where, you know, what may come to be or what will come to pass. So we're going to see what the cards say for this. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups here. Now, I want to take a look at this card. Now, guys, 8 of Cups represents emotions. And I actually used to hate the 8 of Cups card, but I really like it now. And the 8 of Cups represents needing to move on from something, leaving for something better. And so you see here this couple in the background. There's that orange light there at the house, and there's I think that's the 8 Cups right there. And this person's got their stuff packed. They got their she or he has got the rod there, and it's kind of evening time, and they're leaving this prosperous house, or this couple, this place that they've grown to comfort, and they're going off into their own direction here. So traditionally, what I'm seeing from this is that we are going to be able to, and if you look at this again, the goal, we're going to be able to leave that prosperous comfort that we've known, that place that we've known, the chapter, if you will, if you want to get technical, that we were so comfortable with, and we're going to go off into our own and venture on. We're going to be able to move on and know that it's time to move on. I think that's with, on an emotional level, physical level. Maybe you might be moving or needing to move physically to a new address, or maybe I need to do a new job. I know for me personal, for my example, there's a job that I have right now that I'm contemplating if I want to still be there or not, and I really think it might be time for me to move on to something better. So, and we're going to see what the Angel Tarot deck says with that. It says the Nine of Earth. Now, you see this lady here. She's a green kind of fairy, and she's got the mountains, purple mountains in the background, and there's flowers and greenery around her. And it says, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So, these two for future outcome, I would say definitely. Maybe you might even be moving on or taking a trip by yourself and doing something for yourself, to where you're going to be able to remember to enjoy the little things in life. Maybe you've been so busy lately where you just haven't had time to see the simple little things like a sunrise or a bird chirping. That might be. Also, this represents the pentacles, which could be money. So it could be saying, the little things in life, like little gifts here and there, or maybe, I don't know, you might be reflecting over your finances and really evaluating your whole situation. But there's going to be something that's going to force us to move on and let go of the comforts that we know and love it and have known and loved and enjoyed. And we're going to be able to we're going to spend time alone and be able to remember to enjoy life for what it is, the little things, okay? We're going to move on to card number 7. And card number 7 represents, in the Celtic cross style, that is you. That's who the cards say you are. It represents you, okay? So, this one says... Alright, now this is interesting because, funny story is, I always know my readings are right for me personally, and my people that I do readings for, my viewers, whatever, when I get a King of Pentacles in my self position, because it's saying that I'm connecting with my higher self. For me, the King of Pentacles, anybody, if you did a divination deck by somebody's astrological sign and physical looks, the King of Pentacles represents somebody, Taurus, an earth sign with dark hair, dark eyes, and dark skin. And so that's why this is funny that I got this here. Traditionally, the King of Pentacles represents money. It represents, learning to have control of your finances and being certain over your financial picture. So what I get from this one is it's saying, okay, you are aware of your choices as far as a financial standpoint and business standpoint, practical standpoint. And, you have to be the ruler of your life is what it's saying. So this is who we are right here as the King of Pentacles. And the card to go with that is the Queen of Water, which would be the Queen of Cups. And it says tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. You see this fairy here sending from the sky over the sea here. These, I want to say dolphins are around her in the water. Then it says relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. So, from this card, what I sense is that we need to care for ourselves on an emotional level as well as other people. And we need to make sure we're being fair as well. So if we get some kind of financial luck, maybe, or something to help us along the way, we need to make sure we take care of the important things regarding ourselves, because that comes first, as well as other people that have been there for us, whatever. And this is an emotional thing too, where you're going to be balancing your emotions and your intuition. Okay? So card number 8 represents, and this video may be too long, by the way, I might have to edit it a little bit. Card number 8 represents your environmental factors, what's going on around you, the people and events that influence you and your emotions, okay? And so here we have, the 3 of Cups. So there we go. A prosperous background here. So these 3 maidens are here. They're having the cheese and the cups. They're celebrating. There's birds in the background. There's a beautiful kind of sky there, golden sky in the background. And so traditionally the 3 of Cups represents like a celebration coming up. Again, cups are emotions, so there might be some kind of event you're invited to. Maybe a baby shower, graduation, some kind of celebration, something happening that's prosperous and good. And if this is an environment, they're basically saying there's something going on around your back in your environment that's prosperous, that's happening in the background, that's going to be good and happy and festive. And so the card to go with that is, oh, the Knight of Earth. There we go. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, a guardian angel. So yeah, okay, this is perfect. So in your environment, whether it's the visible environment or I'm guessing the other realm from what I'm getting here, there is the angels or spirit guides or people are celebrating you, and you're being invited to an event. And on top of that, as long as you're honoring your commitments, you have a guardian angel. Somebody is looking over you and helping you, willing to help you. That's what I get from this, is that as long as you do what you got to do and you're taking care of business and trying to fix your environment and shape your environment, you're going to have the help you need, spiritually, whatever the case may be. And you'll be able to celebrate and enjoy yourself, okay? Card number 9 represents our inner emotions. Our feelings, things that we have going on with ourselves as far as our feelings are concerned, okay? And so here we have, oh my God, boom. Wow, this is really cool, actually. We have the 6 of Swords. Okay, so swords are, again, mental thinking. And with this deck, you see this person, this guardian over here. She's got the 5 swords right there. No, 4 swords right there in her back. And then here, there's 2 swords in front of this person, which would be us. And this person, this guardian here, is leading her out of these choppy waters here of emotion into a calmer, peaceful stability ahead of her. Because even though she might be worried, or he or she might be worried, there is more prosperous times ahead and more stability ahead. So, and the 6 of Swords represents, exactly that. It's moving on to a more mental, emotional, whatever, prosperous time, difficult times ending and being led into better times. So I'm really feeling this is a guardian angel or somebody that's helping us out here, and that's helping us feel better to know that we are on the right path still, and that we've overcome these storms here, and that we're moving forward. We are still pressing forward, even though there's a lot going on. And the card to go with that is the 10 of Water. Okay, so that's even better. Wow, amazing. Now, in this card, you see, I think that's a little child right there. And there's another person there in the background, and these are I'm guessing, mom and dad. And the 10 of Water would represent the 10 of Cups, which is emotions. And so it says, I can't read these, sorry. It says a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, trustworthy relationships. So this is telling you right here, the 10 of Cups, again, is that ultimate blessing. It's saying that you're happy, your family life and your home life and your friendships are getting better, and that you're going to be in a trusted, safe environment as far as, this is the prosperous card. It's prosperous with your emotions. And so because this person here is leading them, like I told you, into a better time, it's leading them into a more prosperous time where they're feeling comfortable in their environment, okay? Now, card number 10 represents the ultimate message, ultimate result of what the overall reading is trying to tell you. So what your spirit guides, angel guardians, whatever you worship or desire, that's what they're trying to tell you, okay? So, we're going to flip over card number 10. Okay, and so our overall result here is the Page of Pentacles, which is quite interesting, upright. And so the Page of Pentacles here, pages represent students, young people, basically. And you see here there's a golden field, kind of like, it looks like it should be like harvested already. And this guy, this little kid here, is fishing with his little fishing rod for a pentacle in the lake there. And he's sitting at the edge of the land there. So what I sense is this is telling me personally that, and again, this is going back to the solar eclipse that I was telling you guys about. There's a lot going on, a lot of chapters ending where we're needing to rest and take a moment and keep having that confidence, listen to our intuition. Before we move into that prosperous time, or before we leave that comfort zone, we're going to leave that comfort zone. We're going to be aware of where we are now, and we are going to get into a better time here, both in environmental sense and emotional sense. And we're going to be able to start anew with our finances and practical things and really get a grip and just have a refreshment or a reprieve, as long as we do the work and follow the correct steps, okay? That's what I sense from this. And the overall result for that is the Page of Water, which is the Page of Cups. And this is great. I love the Page of Cup card. And it says intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. You see this like little kind of like, I want to say, teenage little spirit here, which is reminiscent of the Queen of Wands there. It says, a new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic ability. So this, with this, for the overall result, is telling us, like, we really are, with this solar eclipse and everything coming to an end and coming to a beginning as well, is telling us that there's new growth happening. There's new potential happening. Since this video is really long, but since there's a major chapter ending in our lives, we're going to be able to really take that and run with it, as long as we make sure we don't make the same mistakes as we did in the past. And to know that we make sure we take the time to rest, have confidence in ourselves, don't give up, keep going, follow your intuition, make sure you, even if you feel like you're in suspension right now, which I know I do, remember that it's okay to move on and to leave those things that don't serve you anymore, and to leave that comfort zone you once knew. That you are in charge of your finances and in charge of your life, and that, as long as you're doing this, you have guardian angels supporting you, people there for you, and that they're willing to help you get through what you're going through. And it's going to lead you ultimately to a more prosperous time for your family life, and you're going to be able to start over and get more stability with your practical life. You're going to be tapping into your intuition and meet somebody new. I know I have recently. And I just want to say, guys, again, recently I just found out that my grandmother is actually in the hospital, and it kind of really, threw me for a loop. Again, the solar eclipse hasn't even happened yet, but it kind of threw me for a loop. And so, rather than feeling sorry for myself or feeling sorry for the situation, I'm taking it as a sign that I need to really focus on what it is, the things I want personally for my life. And one of the things I want to carry with me going forward for this new chapter is tarot. Reading tarot cards for my friends and my family and people I care about, like you guys out there watching this video. So that's what I had for the solar eclipse / full moon reading for Celtic cross style. If you guys have any other comments, or if I read this wrong, you see differently, please let me know in the comments. Or, otherwise, guys, please remember that this solar eclipse is so important, because it literally is the ending of a chapter, a huge chapter in our lives, and we're moving into something new, a new cycle, a new phase that is completely different than before. And whatever we don't want with us, if we keep carrying it with us, it's gonna it's gonna come to fruition, and we're gonna end up having it backfire on us majorly. So we need to really take control. And if you feel stuck or frustrated with whatever you got going on, just know that it's not going to last, as long as you want to do the work to take that responsibility and to fix it, or to try to take the steps to fix it, and it will work out accordingly. All right? Thanks, guys, for watching this reading. I'm sorry it's so long. I do appreciate everything you guys do for me. I'm glad you guys leave me comments. I'm really grateful. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. All right? Bye.